What's death? She's waking up. Oh, once someone is dead, you can't bring them back. You can't fix death. Why don't you quit this nonsense? Magic can't solve everything. Well, so much for that, but... See, this is what happens when you roll with that shit, man. You get... Kirisami. Marissa Kirisami. 007. Oh, damn. Damn. The more the sun woke me up earlier than it had any right to. This whole sun rising earlier thing was a pain sometimes. I pulled the covers over my head and tried to get some real sleep. My dreams hadn't been the best, so I was still tired. I had drifted off just a little bit when my alarm went off. I swore and gave up on further sleep. Why had I said that stupid thing anyway? Alright, I was supposed to take Flandre outside today. It was a good thing I'd mentioned it to both Corin and Alice beforehand. At least I think I had. I grabbed the spare parasol and flew over to the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Once again, Malin greeted me with a wave. However, as I passed through the library towards Flandre's room, I was intercepted by a different resident. Marissa. Huh? What is it, Koa? You hypnotized me. I thought you were supposed to be helping me, not playing practical jokes on me. Hey, it helped, didn't it? Well, maybe. But it wasn't really me. Nonsense. It was all you. Hypnotism can't actually change your skills or your core personality. Well, non-magical hypnotism can't. You just need to be more confident. I guess so. Maybe I can. Suddenly, a large crimson arrow struck out of the sky. Hello, Marissa. Oof, you trying to break my ribs, Flandre? Normally when I get hit like that, it's because I'm finding Remelia. Sorry, I'm just excited. I get to go out again. It's been 241 years since the last time I was able to go out this often, and that wasn't a fun time at all. Ah, well, I'll let you go about your business later, Flandre. I'll talk to you later, Marissa. See ya, Koa. Koa? Oh, well, I've been visiting her so often that Patchy and Koa let me use nicknames for them. Did you get a nickname? Patchy calls me Mario occasionally. That nickname sucks. See? You understand. You actually have good naming sense, unlike Patchy or your sister. Hey, could I get a nickname too? How about Flan? What? That's like a Patchy nickname. Did you even try? But it sounds cute. It sounds like a dessert. Come on, Flan. I think it's a good name. Marissa? Okay, I'll stop for now. So where are we going today? Well, I was going to visit some friends of mine. I figured learning how to deal with Alice is a good step, and you can see the place where Sakya buys a lot of more interesting items for the mansion. That sounds fun. Let me grab my parasol. Ah, young mistress, is there something special you want for lunch? Actually, I was going to drop by Mistia's cart for lunch, if that's alright. Mistia's girl doesn't have anything that's actually nutritional for the young mistress, and I doubt that bird could catch anything Flandre could eat either. Aw, but I want to go to the restaurant, Sakya. It's the first time I've eaten out. Hey, she's got the sparkles too, man. You gonna deny her that? Alright, Lady Flandre, I'll give you a bottle of red tea to keep you sated for the day, okay? Yay, thank you, Sakya. Thanks. Here's your parasol, young mistress. Have a good time. I'll see you at dinner. See ya. Okay, let's visit Alice first. That's the other magician, right? I wonder what she's like. You'll get to meet her soon. We carefully flew over the forest of magic towards Alice's house. Along the way, I pointed out my own home for Flandre, who seemed to be delighted at how close I lived to her. We arrived at Alice's when it was fairly early, so it was unlikely she'd have started an experiment yet. I knocked on the door. Okay, to go back on that last scene, I was kinda half expecting to see Nidori there with a crazy ass experiment with Flandre there. That would have been something else. And shocked. You actually did bring her, didn't you? Yes, I did. What? I said I was going to have Flandre visit. You agreed to it, too. No, I didn't. I was dealing with you being stupid. Did you really plan this out, Marissa? Of course I did. As well as she plans out anything that isn't a magic spell. Well, I suppose I should be a good host anyway. My name is Alice Margatrode, the 7-color puppeteer. Welcome to my home. Hello, I'm Flandre Starlight of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Please come in. Oh, and please be careful with the dolls. Why do people always think I'll just break things? Let's see. These dolls are very important. all of Alice's dolls are personally handcrafted, so even the ones she uses as bombs are unique works of art. Really? That's impressive. Well, I'm very good at doll creation. Most of the little ones are built on the same design, but yes, they're all personally handcrafted. A puppeteer has to love the creation, you see. That's really something. It must take you a lot of time to make all of them. Thank you. Anyway, please come in. Alice led us to her living room, where she once again set Shanghai to brew some tea. Alice sat down on his chair, while I sat on the couch. Flandre, on the other hand, wandered the room, carefully examining its contents. This room had more of her dolls, both original creations, and stuff behind glass, which I'm pretty sure were just dolls she collected for fun. I was impressed. Flandre was very careful, and while there were a few motions that made Alice and I twitch, she didn't touch any of them before sitting down on the couch. Your dolls are all very pretty, well, except for the ones in the box over there. Well, those are supposed to look ugly. Some people like ugly dolls. Really? Like who? Like your sister, for one. She keeps asking me about her golem. Why does she want a golem? She probably thinks it's some kind of game. Why is my sister so weird? Alice and I looked at each other with shrugged. At that moment, Shanghai brought in the tea. Anyway, what does a puppeteer do? Well, I make dolls and control them, like Shanghai here. Huh? That's not a fairy dressed like a doll. It's an actual doll? Yup, I don't know how she manipulates them all though. With skill, of course. Wow. Let me show you how they're made. A dozen dolls leapt from their resting place, bringing a wide array of cloth and thread to the table in front of Alice. She began cutting strips of cloth and stitching them together. I noticed she didn't let any of the dolls help with the process other than gathering material. I guess this effort needed love too. How to do the wings? There was another flurry of movements as a bottle filled with odd objects got tossed down by a doll onto the table. Alice sorted out the pieces quickly, then nodded and grabbed a couple of metal wires. And done. Alice moved her hands out of the way to reveal a tiny Flandre doll, multicolored wings and all. Amazing! Can it move? The tiny doll giggled, then soared into the air, flew around Flandre's head. It then landed on the table and bowed to the young vampire. Flandre burst into applause. Well, to be fair, that actually would be pretty amazing to see in action. Wow, that was great! More! I'm afraid I don't really do shows, sorry. Come on, Alice, I've seen you show off at the village. You're actually pretty good at shows. Besides, isn't this a good chance to show off your skills? Please. Well, I suppose this once couldn't hurt, since I have such a distinguished guest. Once upon a time, in a great castle, a young princess lived with her sister in peace and harmony. 10 out of 10. Best artwork ever. The Flandre doll waved at us, then flew towards a miniature castle that the other dolls had quickly set up. Standing on the parapets was a small Remelia doll. Aha! One day, a powerful sorcerer appeared. She threatened to take over the sun and burn all the world. I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. To my surprise, a tiny Oku Capenol flew above the castle. The sisters tried to oppose it, but they were weak against the sun. The evil wizard laughed at their efforts before flying down to the underground fortress to finish its plans. The Remelia doll cowered while the Flandre doll flew towards Oku before dropping to the ground in defeat. The Oku doll flicked its cape in triumph, then flew below the table. All seemed lost when a hero appeared at the castle's gates. Wandering out towards the castle was a miniature me? Oh, this story, good choice. I'm gonna pretend I know what this is, but yeah. Oh, wait, I'm assuming it's Subterranean. Oh, this story, good choice. Don't spoil it. Don't worry, I won't. Do not fear, fair maidens, for I shall stop the wizard. My magic is the magic of stars, and with it I shall stop this endless day. Flee now, for there is no hope. There is no might that can prevail against the sun. Give not such fearful words, sister. Fair hero, I believe in you. I shall pray for your victory with all my strength. Thank you, fair princess. With those words in my heart, I shall begin my quest. Look for me with the rising of the next moon. The warrior followed after the evil wizard, the sun as her guide. Soon she came to a dark cave within a forest. She was about to enter when three spirits appeared before her, three fairy godmothers. Halt, fair witch, this cave is filled with many dangers. No humans can face them and live. I've heard of those words many times before, yet they have never brought me to defeat. I shall face the peril. Well spoken, champion. That determination shall bring you victory. But you cannot gain that victory alone. Allow us to grant you our blessing so that you may face your foe on equal footing. While my heart is set on this path, it's a fool who refuses. It is a fool. I don't know why it's so hard to say. Who refuses aid. I gladly accept any blessing you can give me, gracious maidens. Cutting which I am the spirit of caution. I grant you this shield so that you may be protected from your enemies. Learned which I am the spirit of knowledge. I grant you this bow that can become any weapon you need. With this you shall be able to strike down your enemies. Kind which I am the spirit of love. I grant you this doll to serve as your companion through the lightless realms of the wizard. May she guide your path as well. It's an even smaller doll. How cute. Is it? It is impressive, but spirit of love. Poetic license, don't interrupt. The witch thanked the three maidens for their gifts, then entered the dark underworld. She walked for a great distance when suddenly a great wind snuffed her torch. However, as the hero searched in the darkness, the tiny doll began to glow. What good fortune. Without the light, I could have never found my way. Who goes bearing the light to these darkened halls? Perhaps a snack for us? I come seeking the one who would fill both our lands with an eternal flame. I have no business with you, spider. Be that as it may, witch, I have business with you. Poor Yarormyr. I wonder if Alice was still annoyed about the spider silk failing. The spider shot a bolt of web at the witch, but the threads struck her shield and would not stick. Impossible. My web defeated? Indeed, creature. Now yield, lest you see the power of my blade. The trial passed. The hero moved further into the darkness. For all her complaints, Alice was a very good storyteller. I think I did better with my Dracula reading, but this is probably a better choice of story. Flandre once again turned out to be a good listener. Marissa battled across the bridge to the underworld, through the town, then through the dark palace. Soon we came to the finale. Curse your weapon, I cannot dodge your blows. Then surrender and abandon your vile schemes, wizard. With this sword and shield, you cannot hinder me. I am not vanquished yet. Let us see if your shield can defend you against this, witch. Ah, the heat, it's sapping my strength. The little doll of me sank to the table. It had been pretty hot down there. Hey, you can't beat up Marissa. Fortunately, I turned at Flandre's outburst, so I saw her starting raising her hand to move the Oku doll go boom. I grabbed her hand before she could go any further. Shh, it's not over yet. Unfortunately, Alice hadn't seen that little altercation. She continued her narration. Just as the hero felt her strength leaving her, the tiny doll that had lit the way began to shine brighter and brighter. Then it burst with a warm light that outshone the wizard's sun. What is this light? It's the light of love, wizard. Your eyes have been clouded by ambition, which is why you cannot see. With my weapon recovered, I shall end this. The brave witch took her spear and struck down the wizard with a mighty blow. And as the wizard crumpled, the unnatural sun faded. As the hero prepared to deliver the final blow, the wizard's knight, recovered from her defeat, ran into the room. She fell on her knees, begging the hero for mercy as the wizard had been infected with an evil magic. Seeing the knight's heart was true, the witch spared the wizard, who swore to never harm the surface again. With the surface world safe, the witch returned to the surface and to the brave princess and her sister. She was greeted with a hero's welcome, and all the surface world came to the castle to celebrate her victory. I wish. All I got was a hot spring bath and some unanswered questions. It is a nice hot spring though. And they all lived happily ever after. Hooray! You were great! Thank you. So, did the hero marry the princess? Huh? Let's see. The princess and the hero just met. And she's somewhat underage too, not to mention her competition from the fairy godmother. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Neri's little doll flew through the air and smacked straight into my face. Okay, are you two alright? How many voices am I using? Don't worry, Marissa's just being an idiot like normal. You're the one who set all this up! Anyway, this is how the story ends. Perhaps I'll think of another one later. After Flandre calmed down a little, Alice showed us some of her more unique dolls. After that we said goodbye. Despite her protests, Alice seemed to be at ease when Flandre was actually present. I hope that was something that would stick.